friends, welcome back to Exploring Art. It's nice to see you again today. So I hope you remember from before that in Exploring Art, what we do is we learn about a famous artist or a particular style of work. We learn a little bit about the person and the style, and then we create our own work of art that is kind of inspired by the work of that particular artist or that particular style of work. Every week we do something a little different, and the most important thing to remember is that you are the artist. Nobody's expecting you to make art that looks just like the artist because you're not that person. You are you. So you're going to create your own work of art just inspired by the work of the artist that we're talking about today. So let me show you today's supply list so you can go and gather your materials, and then I'll tell you who the artist of the day is. So this week we need these supplies. We need white paper. We need a pencil. We need a black marker, and then we need our watercolor paints. If you don't have watercolor paints, markers will work just as well. That's where I chose to use watercolor paints today. So those are our supplies for today. Let me tell you who our artist is today. Most of the artists that we've talked about in Exploring Art have been male artists, have been men. So today we're going to talk about a female artist, a woman artist, and here she is. This is Georgia O'Keeffe. Okay, she's a U.S. American artist. She was born in 1887 in Wisconsin, so not that far from us, in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And she died in 1986 in Santa Fe, New Mexico. She was an American painter, best known for her large paintings of natural things like flowers and bones and things that she found near her home in New Mexico. Georgia O'Keeffe is the mother of American modernism and is most famous for her detailed pictures of stunning, stunning flowers. And the most important part of her work was the color and the tones when she was painting each of these paintings. Her first painting was exhibited in New York in 1925. And the flower theme continued throughout her whole career. She did a lot of things with flowers. And then in 2014, the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in New Mexico sold one of her floral paintings for $44 million at auction. And that was setting the record for artwork sold by a female artist. So this is Georgia O'Keeffe. Now I'm going to show you a couple of pieces of her work. So let's look at this picture. What colors do you see? Do you see blacks and whites and grays like we've seen in some of the more modern work that we've explored? No, you see bright colors, reds and oranges and yellows and greens, right? Is this an abstract piece of work? Like with Pollock's drips and drops? No, or de Kooning's collage with the newspaper and the black markers or black paint from last time? No, this is clearly a flower. We can see the stamen and the pistil on the inside. We can see the petals. Here's another one. Look at that. So you can see the inside of the flower, all the detail. I'll move it closer so you can see the shading. Remember they talked about her shading. We've got darker orange and then it gets lighter and then there's yellow on the tips. So Georgia O'Keeffe and her flower paintings. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create our own flower painting inspired by the work of Georgia O'Keeffe. So go and get your piece of paper and your messy tray. I have mine right here. Okay. What we're going to do to start with is I want you to take a look at this picture. Do you see a complete flower here? Or are some of the petals kind of off the page and we don't see them? You're right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw the outline of a flower. But we don't want to put the whole flower on the page. We want some of the petals to end somewhere off the page where we won't see them. Let me show you. So I'm going to draw the center part with my pencil. And then I'm going to draw long skinny petals. You can do short round petals. You could do long skinny petals. Whatever kind you want. It's your picture. So I'm going to just draw a flower. Now some of my petals will be on my page because of where I put my center circle, but some of them will not, and I'll show you. So you're just going to take your pencil and you're going to draw your flower petals where you think they should be. But we want some of them at least to go off the page. So here we go, here's mine. So we can see that this petal here, okay, I drew those whole petals, right? Because they had room on the page. But here, do we see the complete petal there? No, we don't. They're off the page, just like this picture here, where not all of the petals are visible on the painting. So once you've drawn your pencil, taken your pencil and drawn your flower with some of your petals going off the page, you're going to take your black marker and you're going to outline what you drew. So I'm not going to do all of mine, but I'm going to do some of them just so you can see. And I'm going to especially do the ones where you can see where they're going off the page, as opposed to the ones that are on the page. Oh, I might as well, there we go. Okay, so let me show you. So you can see this one very clearly. We can see the entire petal there, but these ones here on the side, we don't see the outer edge, right? The outer edge is off of the paper. Okay, so that means you finish tracing your petals and your painting with your black marker. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to paint it or use your markers to fill in your space. Okay, so I've completed mine. Here we go. Now let's take a look at her painting again. Do you see any white spaces or empty spaces where the paper would have been? No, not really. You can see all the oranges, all the yellows, just a little bit of black or something over here, a darker color, a little touch of a darker color here. But other than that, the entire image is colored in all the different colors. Let's look at this one. The same thing. Do you see any white paper in the background of this picture? No, not really. It's filled in from the top to the bottom, from the side to the side, and all the paint. So we're going to have to fill in all of our painting. We're going to have to paint the centers of our flowers. We're going to paint our petals. And then we're going to paint the background pieces as well in order to fill the entire piece of paper. So now I'm going to get my watercolors. I have my dish of water and I have my brush. And I'm going to use the brightest colors I have because Georgia O'Keeffe is known for her very bright colors. So I'm going to use some orange. So I'm going to get my brush wet. I'm going to put it in my orange paint. And I'm going to start painting my petals with this orange paint. So I'm going to do, I think, maybe 2. And then maybe I'll use a dark color in the center, just like she did in the orange painting. I'm going to put my second petal here. Let me show you where I'm at so far. Okay, so I'm filling in my petals with the bright orange paint. I'm going to rinse my brush. I think maybe I will even use black in my center circle, just like she did. But you can use whatever you'd like. You are the artist. This is your work. You can do it however you'd like. And you know, with watercolors, if you use watercolors, there are spots where it's going to be darker, where you had more paint on your brush, and spots where it's going to be lighter as the paint is starting to get used up and worn away. So you can see little bits of shading where areas are darker and areas are lighter, just like she talked about. Okay? And then after you're done painting your flower, you also have to fill in the background. I think I'm going to do the background in red. So then you're going to fill in around your flower petals. I need to get more water and more paint. So we want it to be bright and colorful, just like Georgia O'Keeffe's work. We're going to use whatever colors make us happy. And let me show you what I'm doing here. Okay. So you can see then that I'm starting to fill in the background around the flower. Okay. So I'm going to show you one that I did yesterday that I've completed so you can see. So yesterday I completed this one, and you can see I used the bright yellow for the center. Here are my petals that are coming off of the page. I only have one petal, and it's not even quite on the page. See, there's no end there, you can't see. And then I did the background in blue. So just like Georgia O'Keeffe's picture, I filled in my entire space with a picture of a flower. I used bright colors but it's not the same. It's not the same flower, right? So I want you to take your pencils and your black marker and your watercolors or your markers and create your own floral masterpiece using paints or markers inspired by the floral work. Let's see both pictures again. The floral work of artist Georgia O'Keeffe, the American painter. All right, have fun making paintings of flowers. Maybe you can make some skinny petals. Maybe you can do more than one. Maybe you could do one flower on one side of your paper, one on the other. And just remember to fill in the entire space and use bright colors. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.